Yo, what up?
What up,
Before we get
friends?
into our rankings, we had the college football playoff quarterfinals this past weekend. And so obviously it was a 12-team tournament that has now been whittled down to 8 teams. They will play in 4 games starting next Tuesday. So it will be New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day, which is typically reserved for college football dominance in the past. It had started to lose that luster there for a little while, but they're hoping to restore that now by having college football all day, the day before and the day of. So next Tuesday, let me back up and give you the results from this weekend. In the Friday night game, Notre Dame beat Indiana 27-17. Game wasn't as close as that sounds. It was 27-3 in the fourth quarter. Notre Dame beat them handily. Same thing here, 38-24. Excuse me. I take Jake's Texas Longhorns beat the Clemson Tigers. Again, not a close game. You're going to see a theme. All games were blowouts. Penn State, 38-10. I called the SMU upset because James Franklin had barely ever won a big game. And I still don't even consider this a big win, to be honest. But, hey, he beat SMU, so give him the credit. They won 38-10. And then the Volunteers, Volunteers out in Knoxville, good season. They got blown out by the Ohio State Buckeyes, 42-17. That sets us up for this week coming up. And this week on Tuesday, you know what? Even better here. Let me go ahead and I'm going to bring up the bracket for you so you can see it, and I don't have to just talk it out to you. But coming up this weekend, or next week on Tuesday, we'll have Penn State versus Boise State. And so there's a lot of controversy going on right now because of the seeding within the college football playoffs. So this is weird because Boise State and Arizona State, who were ranked 3 and 4 due to them winning the championship and being ranked higher than the ACC champion, they are now going to be the home team where it should be the favorite. They'll be hosting teams that are actually going to be the favorite team. And that's not how a tournament should work. The favorite team should always be hosting the games at their home stadium. So they're definitely going to have to do reseeding at some point. There will be enough of a blowback. There will be enough of people saying, no, we can't have this. And they're going to eventually have to do reseeding. Hot Take Jake had an amazing idea that I actually really like, and that's giving the teams their choice to play whoever they want. So, for instance, Oregon being your number 1 team, they get to wait till the weekend is out, see who won their games, who lost their games, and they can say, oh, well, we want to play Boise State, or we want to play Arizona State. So I actually think that's an amazing idea, very novel of a concept. You know me as the professor. I am solutions-oriented, so shout out to my boy Hot Take Jake for that solutions-oriented approach. And make sure y'all are always subscribed at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, so you can stay up to date with all the videos when we go live. Again, we are celebrating. We had hit our 500th video over the weekend. So again, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that like button. Help us out if you're watching right now. Hit that like, hit that heart, whatever, so we can get a little bit of boost in that algorithm. We really appreciate you. All right. So yeah, let me bring up the bracket real quick here on the screen share. So this is what we got for this weekend. Again, like I said, we have Penn State going into Boise State, which you can see down here at the bottom. We also have Canteen's Georgia Bulldogs going into Notre Dame, going into visit Georgia and the Georgia Bulldogs. Texas, the Longhorns. This is one of those games, just like the Boise State. Texas is a favorite team, but they're going to Arizona State on the road. That's not how that should be. They should be at home. It's only logical. So you have Texas there going into Arizona State, and then you have Oregon also, again, having to play. This is another controversy. Oregon, as the number 1 team, should not have the hardest road. And you're telling me that you're going to put them up against Ohio State, which was the number 2, number 3 team all season long. The best game of the year was Oregon-Ohio State. It was a 1-point victory for Oregon when they played back in, I think it was like week 5. So they should not have to play them in their first game off a bye. They should be getting the Arizona State or the Boise State. So y'all see how that goes. That's the issue that people have with that. So let's go down into our projections. I like to show you these now. These are our updated projections to win the championship. You see Texas has moved into number 1 spot with a 24% chance to win the championship. This is all per The Athletic. Thank you for the great information from The Athletic. Ohio State comes in at number 2 with a 22% chance, and then Oregon follows them up at number 3 with a 17% chance. Penn State at number 4, and then Georgia and Notre Dame tied at number 5. So those are your projections for who people think, or not who people think, but what the computers, when they work those formulas, who they are projecting has the best chance to win the championship. I'll go ahead and give you my predictions for these games now. So Oregon, Ohio State, again, one of the best games of the year, and normally any other year, I would say Oregon. But since I picked Ohio State to be my champion this year, well, I can't go against that. So I got to stick with Ohio State. And I do actually think they will pull this out since Oregon won earlier in the year. Another amazing game, close game. Ohio State should pull it out. Texas should beat Arizona pretty handily. Oh, my bad, by the way. Ohio State is a 2-point favorite in that game against Oregon. I think it'll be a field goal game. Texas is a 14-point favorite. So this is what we're talking about. Texas should be hosting a game. You can't tell me you're a 2-touchdown favorite and you have to go on the road. That's unacceptable. But they should still win this game by at least a touchdown. I'm going to say 10 points. I'm going to say 34-24, Texas. Then we've got Penn State and Boise State. Penn State is a 10.5-point favorite. I'm just going to keep going against Penn State until James Franklin wins the whole thing. Because, again, he hasn't proved to me yet that he can really win that big game. I'm taking Boise State in the upset here. They got Penn State, again, as a 10-point favorite. I'm going to take Boise State in a field goal game there. Let's go ahead and say that'll be 37-34. And then finally, Notre Dame versus Georgia. Georgia is a 2-point favorite. While Notre Dame has played really well this year, Marcus Johnson is building a perennial contender there. And while they have the benefits of not being in any conference alignment, aside from their ACC non-football conference, even though they still play a lot of ACC teams. Anyways, let's just say we all know Notre Dame is afforded a lot of luxuries not being in a conference, but they're going to Georgia, and there's no way I cannot see them going into Georgia and winning this game. They are a good team. They are not Georgia. They are not. I got Georgia in a 10-point victory. Let's say 27-17, Georgia. All right, so those are your your college football playoff results and your playoff picks. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button if you're watching. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like, that love, that heart, that laugh. Give me a home decor photo. We're all good with it. And make sure you send in any of your comments or questions you have on anything I am talking about here today. Before we get into our rankings, y'all, I'm going to go off on a little rant for a second here. As you all know, if you watch programs of mine, if you've been a fan of the professor, the sports professor, the street professor, Ball and Buds, yours truly. I know I've got many fans out there, and I appreciate you all and your support and your love. You know I love all my fans out there. But you would know that I am a diehard Raiders fan. I mean, at this point, if you are a Raiders fan, you have to be diehard, because I've been a Raiders fan my whole life, and I can tell you, since the last time we went to the Super Bowl and got our buttocks beaten by the Buccaneers back in 2003, we have been a cesspool of suckiness. And it all started with your fat-ass Russell getting drafted number 1 and basically screwing our franchise for the next 20 years. But we haven't done ourselves any favors. Coaching hire mistake after coaching hire mistake. Bad free agent signing after bad free agent signing. Horrible draft after horrible draft after horrible draft after checks notes. Horrible draft. Like, we are made fun of in circles around the league for being such a bad drafting team. And the one freaking time, and if my mom wasn't watching, I would have cursed right there. The one freaking time we have destiny in our hands, in our grasp. The number one pick, shanking for Shutdown, was going to come true. And now it's all over. I cried a lot about this last night. I'm not afraid to say I shed a couple man tears over this. We entered the chance with a 35% chance of the number one pick, and we left the game because we decided to win a meaningless, stupid football game in the middle of December when we got the number one draft pick and the quarterback of our choice in our hands, and we win a stupid game against the damn Jaguars for no stupid reason. Sound like the Macho Man right now. I'm so pissed off. Now nothing. We have to lose the next two games, which is not a guarantee because we play the Saints next. Maybe if it was Derek Carr revenge game season, I'd be all in. We should win. We should lose against the Chargers, unless they rest everybody, which is possible. We have to lose both games and hope that we get help just to have a sniff at one of the quarterbacks. Because there's only two quarterbacks going at the top of this draft. Shedeur Sanders from Colorado and Cam Ward from Miami. And now we damn screwed ourselves. I'm up in arms. I would say I'm at a loss for words, but I'm not, because I'm clearly talking about it right now. But just know that I'm very, very upset with the Raiders franchise as a whole. I know the owner, Mark Davis, should want to win. I know the coach and the players, they're going to want to win. I get it. I understand. I'm not stupid. I realize that this is a profession for them. They have lives at stake. A lot of them have jobs on the line. They're going to want to win as many times as possible. But damn it, just like back in the day when we would go out to Hammerjacks or Water's Edge, and one of us would look at the other one in the group and be like, yo, you got to take one for the team tonight, homie. And one of us did, because we're friends like that. You got to take one for the team, players. Players. Come on. It just makes me want to cry. And that's you Raiders, you make stupid decisions. You make stupid damn decisions. Yeah. Oh, bless. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Again, make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, so you can get all this good content. Where else would you get to see me give such a thespionic performance? I mean, I should be acting in Hollywood. I should be a mainstream film actor. I should be an A-lister. Do you see the range that I just exhibited there? So many range of emotions just showed in that one diatribe. Hollywood, I'm waiting. Call my agent, Ramo Rodriguez. You can reach out to him at MVP Specialty Marketing Business. For anyone looking for marketing, any athletes, entertainers out there, make sure you get with MVP Specialty Marketing Business. Ramo Rodriguez, ask for him and he will hook you up. They have the best marketing, the best social media team. They'll do all your branding. MVPSMB.com.